Hey guys, that Horror Critic here, and today we're going to be talking about Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3D. This is the second sequel to Friday the 13th, and it is one of the most talked about sequels in the entire Friday the 13th franchise. Now, why is that? This because Jason Voorhees gets his famous hockey mask, and pretty much from here on, he's been wearing that thing, and it's definitely a change from the no mask featured in part 1 and the sack mask from part 2. So with part 3, he's got this cool little hockey mask, and he steals it from this guy who comes to Camp Crystal Lake named Shelly. Shelly's got this little box filled with a bunch of prank kind of things. He's basically just coming there with his friends. They're all going down there. And Shelly wants to play some practical jokes. He's the kind of jokester type. And in that box, he has a hockey mask. He also has some scuba gear, but a wetsuit, you know. So Jason murders Shelly, takes his hockey mask, and from there on, that's pretty much the thing. With this movie, Richard Brooker, the late Richard Brooker, plays Jason Voorhees, or played Jason Voorhees in this film, and he did a fantastic job. In fact, he may be my favorite Jason because even though in some scenes, like the ending scene, he runs, for the majority of the movie he stays in the shadows, and or his body is very close to the screen. And he's very slow and methodical, and very much like Michael Myers. Like in about 2/3 of the movie, it's practically like Halloween because Jason's only seen from the side view and everything, and he's not fully like his full body isn't really shown until the third act. And I really do appreciate that about this movie. It's definitely a good movie. I can't say it's a bad movie because it's not. Is it better than Part Two? Like I said in my Part Two review, I can't really decide. At times I like this one the most. At times I like part two the most. At times I like others in the series the most. They're real interchangeable, probably because they're very similar in plot. Just people go to a camp and get butchered one by one by a man wearing some kind of mask, or just by a man with bladed instruments, just instruments of anything. And that's what makes these movies so appealing. It's just it's senseless violence, and they're definitely not masterpieces of film by any means. They're not going to earn 5-star reviews on, the New York Times or Time magazine or anything like that. Roger Ebert wouldn't have given any of these movies high ratings. But I must say that, for a horror fan, they deliver on the aspect of kills because that's really what you're watching these for. So with Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3D, the 3D kind of makes a difference, I guess. There's a lot of 3D kills and makes the movie a bit more memorable. The kills in this movie are talked about a lot just because of the fact that they go towards the screen for the majority of the time. That makes them very memorable. I would say, yeah, definitely check this one out too. Up to this point, they're all fantastic movies. The first three, all fantastic. So, Friday the 13th Part 3, definitely check it out. And tomorrow will be Friday the 13th Part 4. Thank you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful October 3rd.